Have you ever experienced depression or known someone close to you that has?
I haven't really personally. I would say college has been a hard transition, and I think most students tend to, struggle a little bit their first couple months, but I haven't experienced it personally, but I do know other people that have, like friends from home and just people from high school kind of going through those things.
Okay. Does college exacerbate any feelings of depression, or could it possibly make it worse?
Definitely going along what I said, I feel like the transition from high school to college is very different and hard, so I feel like that's definitely something that happens.
Okay. Does talking about your feelings help?
I definitely am a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
I have to speak my feelings, because if I don't, it honestly just makes me feel worse. So
Yeah, it makes it a lot
I
worse.
definitely talk my feelings out, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever used CAPS or heard anything from anyone that has used CAPS?
I have not used CAPS, but I've heard only good things about it.
Okay.
Some girls in my sororities have talked about how awesome it is and how much it's helped them with their depression and anxiety and everything that they're going through, so definitely heard only good things about it and definitely recommend it.
Okay. And then is there any advice that you would give to help fellow students, whether it be freshmen or anyone going through depression in college?
I think just talking to someone, I feel like will do the best. That's probably
finding someone.
my only advice, just making sure that you have someone to talk to about those things, because bottling it up inside doesn't help, so definitely just having someone to talk to about it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have you ever experienced depression?
I have, yes.
So, does college exacerbate your feelings of depression, or no?
I would say it hasn't changed much since high school. I don't think, college itself has caused more depression.
How so?
The amount of work is about the same, I'd say. I have a lot more independence here, so there's less pressure from other people, but also there's a lot more responsibility that I have to take, so balances out.
Yeah. So does talking about your feelings help or hurt your situation?
I tend to think it hurts. I don't know if it's just me, but talking about my feelings and bringing them up makes them, more realistic, and that's not that helpful for me.
Have you utilized the CAPS organization?
I have not. No.
Did you think?
Have you ever experienced depression or know someone who has?
Yes, I have had a couple of good friends who have experienced depression, and they have talked to me about it before, so I've heard a little bit about it.
Right. Does college exacerbate your feelings of depression?
I have never been diagnosed with depression or anything like that, so I don't know if college specifically, personally for me, would intensify those feelings, but I've definitely been stressed out a lot in college, and I think I can see how college could worsen those symptoms.
Do you think that if you did have signs of depression or you did have clinical depression, that talking about your feelings would help you?
I think so. I think when I've been sad or worried, talking about it helps me with that. So if I was depressed or had depression, I think talking would help.
Have you ever utilized yourself or told someone about CAPS, the mental health service that UC offers?
I've never used it myself, and I've never suggested it to someone. But now that I know what it is, I think that would be a good suggestion.
Perfect. What advice would you give, plus help fellow students out with if they did have depression and they came to you?
Yeah, I would just want to talk to them about it first, maybe suggest that they talk to a trusted older adult or parent, or utilize something like CAPS or another mental health service through UC or through the community that could help them.
All right.
Have you ever experienced depression or know someone who has? Maybe a couple times myself, but I do know a lot of people who have experienced depression.
Okay. Does college exacerbate your feelings of depression?
It does exacerbate my feelings of depression because college can be so difficult sometimes with all the other stuff that you have to do, including classes and exams, so it can be difficult.
Does talking about your feelings help at all?
Yeah, I do have a therapist that I go to on a semi-regular basis to talk about.
Have you ever utilized CAPS?
I have not.
What advice would you give to fellow students? Any methods?
I would say to keep yourself like focused on the now and be present in what's going on, and don't try to keep yourself from being caught up in all the stuff you have to do. Make a schedule, try to reduce your stress, and talk to somebody if you can. So if that does mean utilizing CAPS or finding your own personal therapist or just friends to talk to, that would be ideal.
Right. Thank you.
Miranda, I am a graduate student here at CCM actually. I'm a horn performance major, so music. Yeah.
Okay, so Miranda, have you ever felt depressed or like had episodes?
Yeah.
Alright. And how old are you?
I'm 23.
So, is college one of the major reasons for anxiety or?
I think in my undergrad probably. Yeah, it's gotten better because there's so much, like semester systems are great, and the fact that I have a lot more time and taking way less classes than I was in my undergrad. But I was in a quarter system in my undergrad, and that was 10 weeks of like just craziness, not any time for like.
Have you ever talked to someone, or do you think talking to someone about your
Like a professional?
Yeah, or anybody?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have.
Alrighty. Have you ever went to the UC Health and Wellness Center?
Yes.
Or CAPS?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever used meditation or positive self-talk to help you out of a hard?
Absolutely.
And do you think it works?
It does.
Alright. Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Have you ever experienced depression or know anyone who has?
I have not experienced depression, but I do know a lot of people that have in my family and my friends.
Does college increase your feelings of depression ever?
I wouldn't say for me it does, but I could see how it does for other people with like schoolwork and time management and jobs and stuff.
Okay. Does talking about your feelings help?
I think that it does help because sometimes when you keep all your feelings in, you may like explode one day. So if you just talk about them as they come, help.
Okay. Have you ever utilized CAPS here at Cincinnati?
I have not, but it is a great resource to use.
Okay. What advice would you give to help fellow students? Any like methods or?
I would say using the resources that are provided by the campus. Take advantage of them and just always talk to your friends or your peers if you have any problems. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Summer. I'm a marketing major. I'm 22 and I'm a junior.
Alright. Have you ever experienced depression or know someone who has?
Both.
Does college exacerbate your feelings of depression?
Oh yeah.
Does talking about your feelings help?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Have you ever utilized CAPS?
No.
What advice would you give to help fellow students? Any methods?
Ask for help.
Okay.
Alright, computer science major, third year, 21 years old.
Okay. Have you ever experienced depression or know someone who has?
I don't want to say that I experienced depression, but I've definitely been in a bad mental state. But I definitely know someone who has, and it affected their sleeping and eating. That's why I wouldn't say I ever really experienced depression, but I've been pretty low.
Alright. Does college exacerbate your feelings of depression?
College itself and the schoolwork doesn't, but being away from my family and friends back home at college does. So I guess college kind of does.
Does talking about your feelings help?
Maybe to people who are really close, but it's easier for me to deal with things by myself.
Have you ever utilized CAPS?
No.
What advice would you give to help fellow students? Any methods?
Getting out of your head. So I joined the boxing club this year. That's really helped me. Just joining or getting involved in anything gets you out of your head, and there'll be something else to deal with besides your mental problems.
All right, thank you.
Okay, have you ever experienced depression or know someone who has?
Yeah.
Okay, does college exacerbate your feelings of depression?
Oh yeah. It makes it worse every day.
Yeah. Okay, does talking about your feelings help?
100%. Talking about stuff definitely helps. As long as you're talking to someone who will like actually listen.
Yeah, listen to you.
Not be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Chase Flora. My major is biomedical studies, class of 2023, and I'm 18 years old.
Have you ever experienced depression or know someone who has?
I know a few people that struggle with depression.
Does college increase your feelings of depression?
No, I don't really struggle with depression.
Does talking about your feelings help?
I don't really express my feelings that often, so yes, a lot.
Have you ever utilized CAPS?
No, I haven't.
What advice would you give to help fellow students?
Definitely find someone that you can talk to.